Hi Libra, welcome to your first week of September reading. I hope you guys are doing great today. We're going to get right into this. Guys, remember these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. We can't possibly hit every single Libra out there. It's important to check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus as well. Let's start with the yes/no question, okay? So I want you guys to formulate a question in your mind that would require a closed-ended question, that would require a yes, no, or maybe answer, and we would pull qualifying cards on that. So you want to make sure you ask one question the same way 3 times. Best to do it out loud while you're looking at me shuffle. Messages for Libra. Yes, no. Messages for Libra. Yes, no. Messages for Libra. Yes, no. So we're going to pull 3 cards, and then we'll pull some qualifiers. First card, 7 of Cups. This is a no. Second card, Queen of Cups. This is a yes. Third card is the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands is a card of strength. So I like this for you. It's a yes. So when we have 2 yeses and a no, that means the answer is yes, just not yet. So whatever you have whatever your question is, the answer is yes, just not yet. And let's pull some cards to see what we need more information on. So the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is knowing what's in 5 of the Cups, not knowing what's in 2. Okay. Can be a little bit of a confusing energy for sure. It's Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio is all about transformation. So there's a transformation with something very Venusian. So what is Venus? Rules money, rules love, and rules self-esteem, and how we feel about ourselves, things that we value. 7 of Cups often brings, though, this idea of where you feel like there are many options. There are various ways that you can handle something, but you not being fully clear on what exactly the right path is for you. But what you have this idea, though, it's almost a streamy energy. And we want to be careful here only because on September 2nd, we do have the Pisces full moon happening, and it's happening in a very tight way. So the moon is very tightly approaching Neptune, and there's going to be things coming to light, culmination of things that can be very illusory because of Neptune, right? So this can give a feeling of feeling very loving, very creative, but at the same time, this idea of escapism is possible here. Being trapped in like a fool's paradise, right? Where it's kind of this funny paradigm in that way where not everything is exactly what we see, with what it seems. And you have to be careful of that energy with the 7 of Cups, because there is this idea that you can wear rose-colored glasses. You might not see all of the red flags that are immediately in front of you. So let's just talk about it for a minute. What do we have clarifying the 7 of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune, which is great. Oh, and the Emperor. This is fabulous. This is great. Wheel of Fortune is a destiny-driven card, but it is ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is about luck and expansion. So the different ways this could show up is having to do with relationship. So if you are single, this would indicate you meeting somebody new, or somebody new you meeting right now. Chances are very high of it going very well, all right, where there's Jupiter blessings. As long as you feel like you don't have to chase the person and they're on the up and up. You're not getting any kind of creepy, weird vibes, or not that you would bother with anybody like that, but you know what I mean. For those of you who are in a situation where you are broken up with someone, this does indicate reconciliation. That really is the first thing that it does indicate, but this is the caveat with this. You can't be in a situation where you're trying to fit a circle in a square. If you have to work too hard at the love, it's not going to be blessed by Jupiter. You just can't. You have to let it kind of just naturally and organically just ride and see how things go. If the relationship had good bones in the first place, the last time you guys were together, and you ended because of a silly misunderstanding or the timing was off or whatever it was, then it's blessed. But if it was, if you guys broke up because of narcissistic behavior or cheating or any sort of betrayal, not so much. It's not going to happen. right? So if you were in a situation where there was some sort of betrayal and you're very confused about somebody and they end up coming back, it's not going to end up working out, but I see you taking control of your own life. Because the Emperor is an Aries energy, and it's like, I'm large and in charge. This is the Emperor is the leader of the tarot. And this is about taking charge of your own life and pulling yourself onto a new path in a really empowered way. So that's amazing. Now, and you're going to know which way this is resonating with you. If you're confused about a relationship and they come back, Wheel of Fortune, and they say, I realize everything that happened. I'm so sorry. It should have never happened that way kind of situation. This is really beautiful. This is very much a ride or die energy. This is you being very faithful to yourself. If you're dealing with another energy, then being very faithful within the connection. So really good as far as relationship goes. If this has to do with career, this is you just really not being totally sure. There are a lot of question marks lingering. Like you think you know, but you don't really know. And the funny thing is, even though it's Venus and Scorpio, as I mentioned, and Scorpio is about transformation, there are changes going on in your career, but I almost get a very Neptunian vibe, which is very interesting that we have the full moon in Pisces going on here, is it's like, you know, but you don't know kind of thing. And you're just gonna like, I have to take a chance. The Wheel of Fortune, I have to take a chance. But the Emperor energy means it's going to go well. Just understand that you're not going to be able to see the fine details of everything right now. You're not going to have all the answers. Because the Emperor energy, even though the Emperor is a leader and all this fabulous stuff, the Emperor is great at coming up with ideas. The Emperor is great at making things happen, throwing caution to the wind, ruled by Mars. It's about, let's go, let's shake this up, let's do something, let's get on this new path, let's do something different, without thinking through, though, the finer details. So that could just simply be the energy of what you're experiencing now, whether it has to do with a relationship, whether it has to do with career, even a family situation, where there's something happening. There's a lot of change happening here. And I feel like it's very destiny driven, but you're going to feel like, I want to know all the answers, but you're not going to have all the answers. You're just not going to have all the answers right now. You're just not. But then we have the Queen of Cups. Nice. We like the Queen of Cups, Gemini and Cancer. So you're really getting in touch with, first of all, what you need to feel safe and secure, having to do with money, having to do with relationship. This could be you offering your emotions to somebody offering their emotions to you. Gender is not specific with tarot, right? The Queen can be a guy, the King can be a woman. It doesn't matter. Lenormand, it's different. But when it comes to tarot, there's no gender. So, yeah. Very expressive energy, very watery, but in a very communicative way, right? Because Gemini is a very mental energy, so you could be getting in touch with what it is that you want, right, in your own mind, or learning, guys. This could even be learning right now, right? If you guys are reconnecting with a relationship in a way where you guys are learning about each other, what's necessary for you guys to feel safe and secure in this connection, because Gemini is that third house of the student, of learning as well. So we have Seven of Wands and Justice. Yeah, you know what? So funny to get these together, I always think, because the Seven of Wands is, look, this is what I want, need, and desire. This is like, all right, there's conflict here. There are some issues that need to be addressed. What's fair, what's not fair? Justice is Libra. It's you guys, right? But you guys are all about the seventh house energy, right? You guys are the landlord of the seventh house of relationship. So either marriage relationship, business partnership, even close friend and family connections, but like really close ones where you guys have a shared soul purpose, and you figuring out what's been fair, what's not been fair. Has this job been equitable? Am I feeling good in this job? Am I feeling good in this relationship? If I'm not, this is what I want and need. And this being something, though, that's an issue that needs to be dealt with, but you're going to have the energy to deal with it, because the Justice energy, again, is about the scales. What's fair, what's not fair. It's also karma. And some positive karma being paid, which is nice. So I like this because whatever is being discovered here, realized here, discussed here, established here, lines in the sand being drawn, is really in an attempt to help establish a firm foundation, even if it's only in your own head. Like, you know what, like that kind of relationship with that kind of person, I can't be with that person, that kind of person, because I don't feel safe. At the end of the day, I know it's not good for me. I don't want to do that job anymore because I know that no matter how hard I work, even though I might be making a living at it, I'm never going to get beyond a certain point. You know, it's asking those big questions, those big Venusian questions, and really having the answer land in favor of you, Libra, which is really good. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Again, man, are you tired? You've been through a lot. You have the bumps and bruises to prove it, but you're in a position of power. You have put a lot of hard work into something, and you are in a power position with the Nine of Wands. You still have fire in your belly, you know, to really work at something. This is a moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about moving forward with integrity. It's ruled by, you know, Jupiter, which is all about luck and expansion. And you're feeling this, like in your belly, you intuitively feel like something is worth it. So even if that business that you want to start isn't taking off yet, or you haven't even started, you could feel it in your belly that it is a good thing for you. Even if that relationship hasn't been the best thing up to this point, you're feeling it in your belly that it can ultimately be better than it's been. Just make sure that in this full moon in Pisces energy, you are seeing everything for what it is, and that you're not projecting what it is that you want something to be onto a relationship or onto any sort of career or financial situation, right? That you keep in 1 foot based in reality. We have clarifying the Nine of Wands. We have the King of Wands and we have the Empress. Nice. I mean, this is about dreams being realized, right? With the King of Wands, it's doing something with heart, creativity, and it bringing you stability, because it's Cancer and Leo. You know, I mean, again, Cancer's that 4th house energy of a firm foundation, and Leo's about creativity. Leo is the house of romance, you know, of sex, of love affairs, you know, creativity again, right? And then we have the Empress energy, which is a Venus, is straight up Venus. The Empress is the mother of the tarot. Love it. This is about creating, cultivating, birthing an idea, leveling up a relationship, and then growing even beyond that, right? Because she's perpetually pregnant, right? So she gets pregnant, she cultivates whatever. She does what she needs to do to nurture it, to birth an idea, and then she goes on to the next thing to make that even better and better and better. So guys, I have to tell you, those of you who are going into business, fabulous, really, really good. Even relationship. I mean, this is just really good, because whatever energy is going to be going on here, at the end of the day, there's a lot of passion and there's a lot of growth. Whatever this idea is, I see it being a really good thing. Whatever it is, whatever that idea is for you. Yeah. I mean, you guys have the full moon, I do have to say. You guys have the full moon in Pisces happening in your 6th house of day-to-day work environment, people you work with and for. Also has to do with your health. 6th house is health. Full moon is going to be happening in your house of health. Small pets. So lots of creativity, all of that, but you want to make sure that you're seeing everything very, very clearly. So make sure. Now, you guys do have Mars going retrograde. You're going to be feeling the tickles of it, like now, even, you know, because the pre-shadow, it's going retrograde on the 9th, but you're going to be feeling it before that. And your 7th house, so you're going to be feeling a lot of frustrations in this, you know, 4 step forward, 3 step back when it comes to relationships having to do with either marriage, very serious relationships, business connections, anything like that where there's a shared soul purpose. So just a little understand that that's the energies right now. So let's see what we get from the Celtic Cross spread. After that, we're going to pull some Lenormand and some Black Moon Tarot. We're doing everything in a triple layering read, right? Even though it's for 1 week. I just feel like there's so much going on right now, guys, that, you know, the more messages we can get out, the better. And Libra, some of you are going to resonate with one part over another, obviously. Queen of Swords as the situation right now. And we have the Two of Pentacles as a blessing or crossing. We'll discuss it, how it could be. We have the Emperor as the best to be achieved. Very nice. Ten of Swords is as the foundation right now. Okay, we have the Page of Cups in the recent past. The near future is the Nine of Swords energy. All right, so there's going to be some worry here. Right now, you are the Ten of Pentacles. You are feeling the Ten of Pentacles. Even though your environment is the Hangman energy, yeah, it's Neptune. Of course, this is going to be a week of the full moon, which has everything to do with Neptune. So your fear is the Seven of Wands. Your fear is any sort of issues that need to be confronted, right? We just talked about the Seven of Wands. By the way, guys, this is the Light Seer Tarot, and I use the Crystal Visions Tarot for the yes-no read. Page of Pentacles as the outcome. I apologize. I really kind of stink at remembering to give my my decks. Let's talk about the past. Page of Cups. So yeah, I mean, in the recent past, coming up to this energy, this is a new relationship, a new offering of love. Somebody professing wanting to have a new start, your desire to have a new start in relationship, connecting to something in career, having to do with business, a way of making money that really resonates with your heart space, and you feeling very, very deep about it, right? I mean, because it's a new cycle, and Cup has to do with your heart, your emotions, right? What really speaks to your emotional space. So, but there's newness here. So there's newness here. So the situation, we have the Queen of Swords. This is being very much in your mental space, being very in tune with the reality of what's happening around you, right? It's a Virgo and Libra, and Virgo is very critical. Critical of self and also critical of others, meaning that they pay attention, they see, they note everything. We like the Virgo energy though, because Virgos are the problem solvers of the zodiac, right? And it's in Libra. So Libra, again, has to do with that 7th house of relationships, having to do with marriage, having to do with long-time relationships, business connections, those close family connections, friendship connections, again, where we have the shared soul purpose. So it's this idea of really looking at everything for what it is. Being very pragmatic, very realistic. Even though it's an air energy, it's like, this is what it is. I see it, right? Because it's Virgo. Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but it's also an earthy energy, right? And then we have the Two of Pentacles crossing it. So the Two of Pentacles is a Jupiter and Capricorn energy. Jupiter expands whatever it's in, and Capricorn is about work, right? Capricorn is the landlord of the 10th house of career. So this could be expanding a career, having this idea of career. But the Two of Pentacles is having that on your mind, but pressing the pause button for a minute and really trying to figure out, all right, should I do this or should I do that? What should I put my energy and my focus of my work into to bring myself the greatest point of expansion? Should I stay in this relationship or go in that relationship? Should I stay here or should I go it alone? So this need to make a decision. Now, Pentacles can be money and resources or mental, physical, and emotional connection. So, but it's this idea of needing to make a decision between two things being offered to you right now. Thinking about it very clearly, very carefully. Best to be achieved from the outcome is the Emperor energy. So this is great. I mean, first of all, the Emperor, getting the Emperor as the, excuse me, best to be achieved, this can indicate meeting somebody new. This can indicate a new relationship for you, Libra, who is somebody who is very faithful. The Emperor energy is a faithful energy in the upright. It really is. Somebody who understands relationship, having to do with relationship, somebody who likes to take charge in relationship. They may have the sensibility though that where, excuse me, my throat chakra is closing. Okay, we got to talk about that for a second. They may not have all the answers to something though. In other words, this might be an energy where all they know is that they want to have a relationship with you, but they may not have all of the particulars figured out, but they do know that they want a fresh path and a new perspective with you. This much they know, all right? Now, the energy could also be you being the emperor of yourself, of your life, being very in control of your own life, your own destiny, you taking the bull by the horns, having to do with your career. Because again, this is about being the leader of the tarot, the leader of the zodiac, right? Because the Emperor is Aries energy. It's the Emperor energy, is Mars, right? Now, even though Mars is going retrograde, it doesn't mean that whatever you're trying to push forward is for nothing. It just means that there's going to be delay when we have the retrograde. That's all. You know, particularly when it comes to, for you guys, particularly when it comes to things having to do with relationship, you just have to go into this time period knowing it until November. Things will start straightening out, I promise, but you know, so, and it does, if it doesn't have to do with the like marriage level, serious relationship, could have to do with work or some sort of family connection. But the Emperor as the best to be achieved outcome is awesome. It's a very beautiful energy having to do with business, being in control and charge of your life. Now, the foundation right now of the reading is the Ten of Swords. So this tells me that there's an end of a cycle here. Mercury and Virgo, something became too challenging for you to continue in anymore. It started to not make sense, right? It just started to not make sense. It's Mercury and Virgo. Right, Virgo, again, from a very mental perspective, Virgo's like, all right, how much sense does this make anymore that all of these people have been talking about me, or this person has been saying negative things to me over time, and I think I've just about had it. I'm tired of the gaslighting, the deflection, the blaming me for everything and its mother. I can't do it anymore. This cycle needs to be done. And you have to understand the Ten of Swords happens over time, and it typically does involve a group of people. So even though, like, I'll give you an example of this. Like, it could have to do, like, let's say a relationship is ending. And okay, and so it's ending because of a whole host of lies or untruths, let's just call them that, over time. But then maybe your partner got other people involved in the situation. Friends, family kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like other energies are typically involved in this. Could have to do with work, lots of gossip at work. You just being like, you know what, I'm done with that. I can't have it anymore. Now, it is a minor arcana. It's not a major arcana. But this is honoring yourself. And this is respecting yourself, Libra. You have to understand that the end of this cycle is to better you. Like, you are just walking away from, like, the negativity. You're just leaving it like you were stabbed in the back, one sword at a time over time. And it just doesn't make sense for you to stay in that anymore. Right now, your energy, you're very focused on the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, first of all, is indicative of a number of things. First of all, it's one of the marriage cards. So this can indicate you asking somebody to marry you, somebody asking you to marry them. This could also have to do with you being very focused on a new business. And you getting help, though. It's almost like there's help involved here. So how this could show up. Like, let's say you're looking to purchase a home, and you're getting help from your family. So let's just say, for argument's sake, you're going into a new cycle and you want to buy a home. Family is helping you buy the home. You're entering a new cycle where you're starting a new business. There's going to be a lot of help from either your family, your community, but you're going to be getting a lot of help here in this energy, right? You see, it's almost like a very community, very spirited type of vibe. This does indicate money going really well. Communication deepening. Remember, Pentacles, mental, physical, emotional connection. Love this energy. It's really good. This is where you're at right now. But the energy surrounding you right now that's impacting you is the Hangman. And again, Neptune. This is all about the first week. And it's not going to last, but this is all about the first week in September. So there's going to be some confusion where you're just not sure. So you might not be pulling the trigger fully on something yet because you're not 100% sure of all the information that you feel like you need. We have the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is drawing a line in the sand and recognizing that there's conflict, and that in order to resolve the conflict, you have to get in touch with what you want, need, and desire, and really put that forth, right? This is a Mars in Leo. So Mars is like, this is what I need. Well, Mars is in Leo. Leo's ego comes out, right? But not in an unhealthy way, really saying, like, this is what I need to be creative. This is what I need in this love affair. This is what I need in this relationship, in this romance. This is what I need as far as sex goes. This is what I need as far as doing whatever it is that I want to do. All right, and really getting in touch with that. But this is about conflict, and you guys don't like conflict. You just don't. I don't blame you, but you guys really don't. You just you want fairness. you know, and you guys do tend to be rather indecisive, right? When it comes to certain things, it's just part of the archetype, no big deal, right? We all have something. So that could be like the Hangman energy is the indecisiveness, but what you do know is you don't want any conflict. Now, the outcome energy is the Page of Pentacles, which is this indicates a new business, a new job, a new approach to career. This can also indicate somebody new. This can indicate training, learning something new, meeting somebody at work, a new relationship starting through work. But there's a newness here having to do with the Pentacle energy. But then we have the Nine of Swords. So I'm seeing this as, for those Libra who are starting a new job, a new business, getting into a new kind of connection, I do feel like there is a lot of anxiety that you're going to be experiencing in the near future because of this. Now, again, minor arcana, this is a very mental energy. This is Mars in Gemini. It's mental. It's like ruminating thoughts, worrying about worrying. And, you know, you want to be careful with this energy because it's not always based in reality. It just could be you feeling incredibly vulnerable and just feeling scared about something because you just maybe don't have all the information, and feeling very frustrated about something not rolling out as smoothly as you would like, having to do with that relationship, having to do with that business, that job, whatever it is, and you feeling a lot of anxiety about it, being very mental energy. So we see you starting something new, being afraid of the conflict, but I like, keep yourself in that Ten of Pentacles energy, Libra. Keep yourself here. I know you don't know everything yet, and you're going to feel this sense of restriction, but it is going to start flowing forward. You just need to remain steadfast in your attempt at this relationship, in your attempt at this career, this new approach to whatever it is that, right, you're getting into right now. So let's pull some Lenormand. See what we have here. Throw some Astro Dice and pull a Black Moon. Okay, let's see. What's your true north? What direction do you need to go in? What do you need to cut out? So you see, you need to cut something out. Okay, for those of you who are female, this would be you. Guys, this would be a female that you're dealing with. Or ladies, if you're in a same-sex relationship, this could be a partner, or this could be a female business partner for either gender. So it depends on what you're here on your heart with. But unlike the tarot, the female does indicate a female in Lenormand. Oh, and then we have the man. Now we have the man who's patiently, and we have the patient woman, and we have the patient man in this. Very interesting. All right, let's just pull. And we have the foxes looking back at them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, then we have the child. I feel like we need to keep pulling. Then we have the anchor. Then we have some conflict that's being resolved. Okay. All right, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just like whipping the cards. Sorry about that. All right. I whip the cards as I'm looking forward, like not a good thing. All right, so true north, what does this mean? This means that it's absolutely necessary for you to cut something out, and you are recognizing this. What do you have to cut out? If you're in a relationship, this is somebody, all right. Yeah, I mean, ladies, if you're dealing with a guy, don't come after me. This is just the cards. This is what the Lenormand is saying. They were very duplicitous. This is sort of like a sheep and a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of energy, because this is somebody who is like very deceitful about the romance, right? Because this is a child card, and I always associate this could obviously have to do with children, maybe wanting to have children. So those of you in relationship, maybe you were with somebody where they said they wanted to have kids, but they actually didn't want to end up having kids, or somebody lied about having children, or there was some sort of deceit surrounding a situation with your children, something to do with children. But I also associate this with the fifth house, because in in astrology, the 5th house does rule children, which is, the landlord is Leo. And in that same house, there's also this idea of romance and creativity and love affairs. So somebody may have been very duplicitous in as far as how they showed up, in as far as being willing to give their all in a relationship, where they were saying, I'm going to, I'm a good guy, right? Because this is the good version, right? He's like very patient. He's got the rose. He's looking at you, waiting, right? But this is informing in Lenormand. We have to understand how the cards inform each other. So you were dealing with somebody who was like very duplicitous, and you're saying, you know what? I got to cut that bad boy out. Got to cut that person out of my energy field. I have to focus on my own level of creativity in order for me to feel any sense of a strong foundation. And it's not going to be easy initially, but once you put in the effort to heal something, there is sun on the other side. And the well means you hitting rock bottom and pulling yourself up and realizing that there's something that you haven't been fully looking at. And as soon as you look at it, you can have what it is that you want. But it requires 100% honesty on your part. And the energy, when we get the well, we think we know everything that we're feeling and that what we want. Actually, in reality, we haven't seen everything. And it's not because we're, ignorant or incapable, but it's because we haven't been able to see something up until this point. We needed to go through this first in order to get to that. So I am resonating with this very strongly for a relationship initially. Now let's go back around and see if we can associate this, with career. I mean, somebody duplicitous needs to be cut out of this equation in order for you to have a strong foundation. It doesn't matter, actually. Business, relationship, it comes out the same. And you're really getting in touch with what it is that you want. Now, the important part with the well, though, is that you see the sun shining through on the other side. As soon as you look at something even more deeply and really get to the bottom of it, that's the key right there. And just know that you're going to have to work hard to get what it is that you want. You're just going to have to put the work in to get what it is that you want. We have Aquarius, which is all about focusing on the future. We have Saturn. Okay. Thank you, Saturn. And we have the 1st house of self. So it's about putting in that work, focusing on yourself to bring yourself into your future, Libra. It's exactly what that is. 1st house of self, Aquarius is all about the future. Saturn is about putting in the hard work. Allowing the restriction, doing the work, working on you. Let's see which energy you have to tap into within yourself. It's first week, 7th house. Look at that, partners. And you're just going to have a lot of energy going on here because you are going to have Mercury retrograde here, like I mentioned, in your 7th house. Partners, right? It's not, again, it could be marriage partners, business partners, anyone who you have a shared soul purpose with. This energy is going to be very prevalent for this first week. So it could be, this could be the 7th house energy and you coming to a realization that in order for you to have what you want, you're definitely going to need to cut out a way. Now, I do want to say one other interpretation that I just got that I can't allow escape. Ladies, if you're in a relationship with a man, and this person is who you're supposed to be with, you need to understand where you may have been very duplicitous. Just keeping it real. Because it is this idea of you needing to cut out any sort of duplicitous behavior in order for you guys to have a strong foundation. For you guys to have that conversation and really focus on the 7th house energy here. Focus on, and it's interesting, as we get the 1st house of self, right, which is you. But we also have the 7th house, which is you. So there's a real focus on what it is that you really want, need, and desire, Libra. There's no question. But wherever there's duplicity here, in whatever situation, and I feel like you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about, that needs to have some light. That needs to have some light put on it. You can't dance around it. And the tendency is going to be to dance around it this first week. But understand something, that once this moon passes, once the moon, changes signs, it's going to be very real for you. So you just want to be, mindful in this energy. Okay, my friends, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.